Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about the middleweight division in the UFC. It's a new champion, and him calling out former middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. It's official. Dricus is the middleweight champion. He's defeated top names in that middleweight last night. Sean Strickland, the guy who's defeated Israel Adesanya. He's defeated Robert Whittaker. He's defeated Darren Till. He's had a fight with Gastelum that was canceled. I was very interested in seeing how that would have turned out. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Stylistically, I believe that would have been a great fight. Now, the current middleweight champion is calling out Israel Adesanya. Some MMA sources claim that Israel is not quite ready for a UFC comeback. But honestly speaking, as long as Israel is in the UFC and he's in the middleweight division and he's and he's at a point where he's recovered, he's bound to face the champion of that division, whether it be Dricus or somebody else come the end of the year. If a fight between Dricus and Adesanya doesn't happen UFC 300 for Dricus' first title defense, it's going to happen sometime down the line this year if Dricus was still the champion for Israel's comeback fight. So what I'm trying to say is that it's bound to happen. Is Adesanya versus Dricus. How would Adesanya do against Dricus? Or I want to reframe that question. How would Dricus do against Adesanya? With no disrespect to Dricus, I know he's undefeated in the UFC thus far. If I'm not mistaken, he's undefeated in the UFC thus far. But any fighter in that middleweight division that fights against Israel Adesanya, I would have to... I would always have to pick Israel Adesanya. Sometimes that is foolish to say that you're picking one fighter regardless of who the opponent is. But that's how much belief I have in the style of Israel Adesanya. When Israel is 100%, when Adesanya controls the movement and the pace of the fight, you can just forget about it. I mean, time and time again, he showed his quality in the octagon. Obviously, the past couple of years has not been the best for Adesanya. He's taken some losses. But what I'm trying to say with Dricus is he was able to beat Strickland, I believe, by takedowns because they had similar numbers in terms of striking. Matter of fact, Strickland was able to outstrike him. And Strickland was very, obviously, impactful in terms of his striking, but not so impactful in terms of his takedown defense. So Dricus was able to take down Strickland time and time again, which ultimately won Strickland the fight. Which won Dricus the fight was the takedowns. Now, will the takedown game work against the Israel Adesanya? I just don't see it working as well as it did against Sean Strickland. You're risking so much getting that close to a fighter with a style like Israel Adesanya. So, in all honesty, I don't see that style being effective against Adesanya, especially if Adesanya shows up the one we know, the one that controls the space and the pace of the fight. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe for more.